Adam here with Brooksaw Antiques. Today we have this 1971 Hermes 3000 third generation vintage portable typewriter made in France. I'm going to show you how to use the functions and make sure they all work. Up top is the adjustable paper guide. This helps you guide the page in straight. I'm going to line that up with the edge of the platen, which is the main roller that feeds the paper. And this is the paper support arm that flips up from the back. This is the paper bale that sits on top. It's got two adjustable rollers and a scale, and also the margin indicators are on there as well. To set the margins, you just want to put the cursor where you want the margin on the left side here and just flip this silver switch there, and it sends the margin to that spot, and it also indicates on the paper bale in red where that margin is. If you want it closer to the edge, you just hold that silver lever here and then push the carriage to where you want it and then let it go. And right now it's on the edge, pretty close to the edge. Same concept with the right side. Same silver lever there, and if you want it closer to the edge, you have to hold the carriage release plus the lever at the same time, and it allows you to move it all the way to the end. You're the bell, you're at the end of the margin. You hit this line space, get you back to the beginning, and skips one and a half, or two spaces. Right now we have it on single, but if you want 1.5, you just flip that switch forward, it skips 1.5. One more, it skips 2. That works good. We're going to keep that on single for now. If you go all the way back, it disables the spacing altogether. So I might have lost my place there because I went down to 0. But I'll show you that after we do the typing portion. As you can see, all the keys type nice and none of them skip or stick. I'll type a sentence in red on the next line. Switch from black to red. There's a switch on the right side here. Flip it all the way down, or flip it all the way up to the bottom, and it shows a red indicator. That means you're printing the bottom portion of the ribbon. When you have it on the yellow, it prints right in dead smack in the middle of the ribbon. When you have it on the blue, it prints the top portion of the ribbon, which is black. If you have it all the way down, it doesn't print any ink at all. It just leaves a stencil for copying purposes. We're going to move that all the way up for red. Beautiful typing machine. This is the best typewriter ever produced, in my opinion. The third generation is just a different shell. It's basically the same exact typewriter as the second and the first gen, which is absolutely amazing typewriter. It's very fun and easy to type on. I like to say euphoric typing on this because it's so smooth. Everything is just absolutely smooth on it. And I really like the shell on this. It's hard plastic, so you got to be really careful when you're shipping this. But I just like the look of it. It's got that 80s, 70s, 80s style retro look to it. Kind of like almost like they're trying to mimic an electronic, like a VCR or something. To pull the page out easy, there's a switch on the right side here. You flip it forward and it unlocks the rollers underneath the platen, allowing you to pull the page out easy or load thicker paper like carbon copy or cardstock. Make sure you flip that back before you load the next page, or else it won't load correctly. I'm gonna flip this down for now. The shift on each side and the shift lock on the left. To clear that, just hit the shift button again. Backspace on the top left. Works great. Tab set here next to that. I have tabs already set in 10 space intervals. But I'm going to clear all of them by hitting the all clear button. So now we don't have any tabs set. But as you can see, it kind of slams to the end, can cause wear and tear on your typewriter. So I always like to set one somewhere in the middle. So I'm going to set one right there. And when you hit the tab button, it just stops at that spot. And you can clear by hitting the tab clear if you just want to clear a single one. And then it goes to the end again. So I'm going to reset one right there. Margin release next to the tab functions. When you get to the end of the margin, there's a mechanism that blocks you from printing. If you hit that margin release, it will allow you to go all the way to the end. I'm going to move that color back to black. And that's it for the keyboard. The top spool cover opens like this. And we got the touch control. You can access that with the cover on. The higher you go, the more tension there is when you hit the keys. The lower you go, the less tension. The higher the tension, the faster you can type, I guess. I just like it on low because I don't like to hit the keys too hard. To change the direction of the ribbon, right now all the brand new ribbons loaded on the left, so it's pulling to the right. If you want to change that direction, you just flip this ribbon guide to the other opposite direction, and it'll pull the opposite direction. It does have an automatic reverse, so it's just going to pull to whatever side has the least amount of ribbon. most typewriters have that. It just kind of snaps back in place from the top. Carriage release on each side. This is as smooth as it gets when it comes to typewriters. Best of the best. This is your carriage lock underneath. So if you have one of these and you can't figure out why the carriage isn't moving, it's because of this. What you need to do is push it down and to the right to unlock it. And this is the carriage release on the left side. Super smooth. If you pull out the knob, you disable the spacing so you can get to an exact spot on the page. You push it in, you get the clicks. Each one of those clicks is a half a space. Also, if you're doing maintenance on the platen or anything, I wouldn't recommend just doing it if you don't know what you're doing, but that's how you access the screw to remove that knob. And if you move this, the line space lever all the way back, it disables the spacing too, but then you can't use, I guess that's it gives you a half a space when you use the line space. But this will give you a full space when you have it on one and a half, or two. And that's it, now available on eBay or Etsy. Search Brooksaw Antiques.